Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today to speak on something that every man at some point has faced. Something that can shake a man's confidence, leave him questioning himself, and, if he's not careful, pull him into a cycle of self-doubt. But let me tell you right now, you are stronger than that. If a woman is ignoring you, don't text her. Don't chase her. Don't beg for her attention. Because the moment you do, you hand over your power. And in this world, a man must always walk with his head high, his shoulders squared, and his spirit unshaken. Men, you were not put on this earth to be an afterthought. You were made to lead, to build, to create, to protect, but most of all, you were made to respect yourself. And self-respect starts with knowing when to walk away. A woman who ignores you is telling you everything you need to know. The question is, are you listening? Let's break this down, piece by piece. Because if you truly understand this, if you let this lesson sink deep into your soul, you will never look at being ignored the same way again. Respect yourself first. A man who respects himself does not beg for attention. A man who values himself does not lower his worth just to be noticed. Respect is not something you ask for, it's something you command. And you command it by the way you carry yourself, by the way you handle rejection, and by the way you respond when someone chooses to ignore you. Too many men make the mistake of thinking they need to prove their worth to a woman who is not even looking their way. But let me tell you something. You don't need to prove anything to anyone who cannot see your value. A diamond does not beg to be noticed. Gold does not cry when it is overlooked. A real man understands that his worth is not dependent on someone else's recognition. When you text a woman who is ignoring you, you are telling her that she is more important than your self-respect. You are placing her above your own dignity. And for what? For a response? For a little attention? Let me ask you, what is the price of your self-worth? Because if it's as cheap as a text message, then, my brother, you need to reevaluate. You see, self-respect is a mindset. It's a way of life. It's knowing that your time, your energy, and your presence are valuable. And if someone cannot appreciate that, then they do not deserve access to you. A king does not beg his subjects to acknowledge him. A lion does not plead with the jungle to recognize its power. You are a man, walk like one. It's not about arrogance. It's about understanding your own worth. You don't chase validation. You don't seek approval from those who do not see your greatness. And above all, you do not lower yourself to gain the attention of someone who has already shown you where you stand in their life. So when you feel the urge to send that message, when you catch yourself overthinking why she hasn't replied, remind yourself of this. A man who respects himself never needs to beg for anyone's attention. If she chooses silence, you choose to move forward with strength, with confidence, with the dignity of a man who knows his worth. Silence is an answer. Silence is a language of its own. It speaks louder than words, clearer than explanations, and more direct than any excuse ever could. When someone ignores you, they are giving you an answer, whether you like it or not. And as a man, you must be wise enough to hear it. Some men refuse to accept reality. They convince themselves that maybe she's just busy, maybe she didn't see the message, maybe she'll reply later. But let me tell you something. If someone values you, they make time for you. If they care, they respond. If they are interested, they show it. Ignoring someone is not accidental. It's not something that happens by mistake. It is a choice. And that choice is a message in itself. The problem is, most men don't want to hear it. They want to believe in a fantasy, an illusion, a lie they tell themselves to avoid facing the truth. But a real man, a wise man, listens to silence. He understands that when a woman ignores him, she is saying, "You are not my priority." And instead of fighting against that reality, instead of trying to force his way into her attention, he walks away with his pride intact. You must train yourself to see silence as an answer, not as an invitation to try harder, not as a reason to chase, not as a challenge to win her over. No. Silence is the final word. And when you receive that message, you respond with strength. You let go, you move on, and you never look back. A man who understands the power of silence does not waste his time on those who refuse to acknowledge him. He does not degrade himself by begging for a response. He does not compromise his dignity for a conversation. He stands firm in the truth. If she wanted to talk to you, she would. And since she doesn't, there is nothing more to say. Desperation is a weakness. Desperation is a scent. It lingers in the air. It is felt. It is noticed. And worst of all, it is unattractive. Nothing repels people faster than a man who is desperate for attention. And when you text a woman who is ignoring you, that is exactly what you become. A desperate man is a weak man. He is a man who has lost control. He is a man who does not believe in his own value, because if he did, he would not be chasing someone who does not want him. Understand this. When you act desperate, you are telling the world that you are not enough on your own, that you need someone else to validate you, that your confidence is dependent on the attention of another. But a real man is whole by himself. His confidence does not come from who texts him back. His worth is not determined by who notices him. His power is not in the hands of a woman who does not see him. And when a woman senses that strength in a man, she respects it. She admires it. When you refuse to be desperate, when you refuse to lower yourself just to gain someone's attention, you set a standard. You establish boundaries, and you show the world that you are not a man who can be easily discarded, ignored, or overlooked. Let them ignore you. Let them walk away. Let them show you their true colors. But never, and I mean never, let desperation turn you into a man who begs for attention. A king does not plead for recognition. He sits on his throne, knowing that those who truly see his worth will come to him. A high-value man does not chase. A man of worth, a man of purpose, does not chase after what does not want to be caught. He does not run behind anyone begging for attention because his time is too valuable, his mission too important. When a woman ignores you, she is making a choice. And when you chase after her, you are making a choice as well. A choice to put yourself beneath her, to prioritize her indifference over your own self-respect. A high-value man is defined by his purpose, not by his need for approval. He understands that a woman's validation does not determine his success, his confidence, or his direction in life. He is not sitting around waiting for a reply, checking his phone every 5 minutes, wondering if she will notice him. No, he is too busy building, too busy growing, too busy becoming the best version of himself. When you chase, you lose power. When you pursue someone who is running away, you lower your own value. The moment a man starts begging for attention, he places himself in a weaker position. And let me tell you something, weakness is not attractive. A woman may tolerate a weak man, she may use a weak man, and respect is everything. Without respect, there is no attraction, no loyalty, no real connection. A high-value man does not fight for attention. He commands it through his actions, through his presence, through the way he carries himself. He does not beg for a seat at the table. He builds his own table and lets the right people find their way to him. You see, attraction is not about words. It's not about the perfect text message or the smoothest line. It's about energy. It's about how you carry yourself, how you move through life. And nothing is more attractive than a man who knows his worth and refuses to chase after those who do not see it. So when you feel that urge to send another message, to double text, to prove yourself, stop. Take a step back. Remind yourself who you are. You are not a man who begs. You are a man who attracts. And the moment you stop chasing, the moment you pull back your energy, you will see the world respond to you differently. The right woman will not ignore you. A woman who is truly interested in you will not leave you guessing. She will not play games. She will not make you feel like an option. When a woman values you, she makes it known. She responds, she engages, she respects your time, and most importantly, she does not ignore you. Too many men waste their energy trying to change the mind of a woman who has already decided she is not interested. They tell themselves, maybe if I try harder, if I say the right thing, if I just give it more time, but the truth is, no amount of effort can make the wrong person see your worth. The right woman will appreciate you without you having to convince her. She will want to talk to you, to spend time with you, to understand you. She will not make excuses. She will not leave your messages unread. She will not treat you as an afterthought. Because when someone values you, they make the effort. It's that simple. You have to stop trying to force something that isn't meant for you. You have to stop hoping that if you keep pushing, if you keep proving yourself, she will finally see you. No. That's not how this works. A relationship, any real connection, has to be mutual. And if it's not, then it's not meant for you. A man who knows his worth does not fight for someone's attention. He does not compete for someone's time. He does not lower himself just to be noticed. The right woman will recognize his value, and she will not put him in a position where he has to question himself. So let go of the one who ignores you. Let go of the one who does not see you, because when you do, you make space for the one who will. The one who won't leave you wondering. The one who will respect you the way you deserve to be respected. Your energy is better spent elsewhere. Every second you spend chasing after someone who does not want you is the second you could have spent improving yourself. Every moment you waste checking your phone, waiting for a reply, is a moment you could have used to build, to grow, to become stronger. Your energy is your most valuable resource. Don't waste it on someone who does not value it. Think about it. How much time have you spent thinking about her, wondering why she hasn't responded, replaying conversations in your head, analyzing every little detail? And what has it gotten you? Has it made you stronger? Has it made you better? No. All it has done is drain you. Imagine if you took all that energy, all that focus, and put it into yourself, into your goals, into your fitness, into your business, into your purpose. Imagine where you would be if instead of chasing after someone's attention, you were chasing after greatness. A man who is on his path, who is focused on his mission, does not have time to worry about who is ignoring him. He is too busy building his empire, too busy becoming the best version of himself. And do you know what happens when a man does that? The right people start paying attention. You see, life is about priorities, and if you make chasing someone your priority, then you will always be chasing. But if you make yourself your priority, if you put your energy into becoming great, then you will find that the right people, the ones who truly see your value, will naturally be drawn to you. So stop wasting time. Stop giving your energy to someone who is not giving you theirs. Focus on yourself, build yourself, and watch how everything changes. Become so focused that you forget who ignored you. The best revenge, the best response, the best way to handle being ignored is simple. Level up. Become so focused, so driven, so successful that you forget who even ignored you in the first place. A man who is truly on his path does not have time to dwell on who didn't text back. He does not sit around wondering why someone overlooked him. He is too busy working on himself, too busy achieving his goals, too busy creating a life so powerful that those who ignored him are now wishing they had paid attention. Because here's the truth, people respect results, they respect power, they respect success. And when you focus on yourself, when you become the best version of yourself, you will start to see a shift. Those who once ignored you will now be watching you. Those who overlooked you will suddenly take notice. But by then, you won't even care, because you will have outgrown the need for their attention. You will have moved beyond their validation. You will have become so strong, so confident, so successful that their approval will mean nothing to you. That is the goal. Not revenge, not proving them wrong, but elevating yourself to such a level that their presence, their attention, their recognition is irrelevant to you. Because when you reach that level, you will realize something. You were never the one who needed them. They were the ones who missed out on you. So focus, grind, elevate, and never, ever waste your time on someone who does not see your value. The moment you start investing in yourself, the moment you shift your energy away from chasing others and toward building yourself, you will see the power you always had within you. And by then, the people who ignored you, they will just be a forgotten chapter in a story that was always destined to be greater than them. Men, listen closely. Your time is precious. Your energy is valuable. Your self-respect is not up for negotiation. When a woman ignores you, she is telling you something without words. She is showing you where you stand in her life. And as a man, you must be strong enough, wise enough, and disciplined enough to listen. You were not put on this earth to chase someone who does not want to be caught. You were not designed to beg for validation or plead for attention. That is not your role. Your role is to build. Your role is to grow. Your role is to walk this world with confidence, knowing that those who truly see your worth will never have to be convinced of it. A man who knows his value does not seek approval, he commands respect. He does not chase after what is running away, he walks his path. And those who are meant to be in his life will walk it with him. So let them ignore you, let them walk away, let them show you who they truly are. And instead of fighting for their attention, instead of lowering yourself just to be noticed, rise up. Focus on yourself. Invest in yourself. Become the kind of man who is too busy leveling up to even care about who didn't respond. Because in the end, the greatest power you will ever have is not in proving someone wrong, it is in proving yourself right. Right in believing that you are worth more. Right in knowing that your energy is too valuable to waste. Right in choosing yourself every single time. So, stand tall. Move with purpose. And never, ever text a woman who ignores you.